Welcome to Spirit Medium Law Mediumship Classes. Here you can enjoy healings and happiness with exceptional inspirational Spirit Medium Law.
Hi. Oh, goodness. Off to a grand start now, aren't I? Hello, everybody. Yes, I got sick and I'm at the tail end of my illness. So that's why my voice didn't work when I just opened it up. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're just listening, you're very happy to have you here. If you're calling in, I'm very happy to have you here. And yes, I can work today. I have been doing work today and I am functioning, even though my voice just decided to go on the blink. So there is a website for the show. There's a few housekeeping announcements which I'd like to make, which are all for your benefit and gain. So get greedy and listen up. The website for the show is spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And everything I'm about to say is listed on that page. And there's just a couple of announcements that I think are important. It's under agenda, the announcement section of the show. We'll go for about 5 minutes. Then I will do a focus subject, something that hopefully should be helpful to you. And then I will go into a group channel message and then to the phone lines. And I no longer do mediumship only at the beginning of the show. I now simply do first in, first out kind of readings. So, and the readings are prioritized by those who donate. So I already mentioned the website for the show is spiritmediumtv.com. If you want to make a donation, which goes in part to help animals, you can do the Jump the Gate, the 8 No Wait. I call it the 8 No Wait. That's mentioned on Spirit Medium TV, and you just kind of scroll down a little bit, and there you can make your $8 donation, which goes to an animal charity. And then also there's another couple of announcements. You can watch me live on the web, on that website, spiritmediumtv.com. There's a live video feed of me tonight, and I'm bringing back the 80s big hair. Woo! Tonight. I'm trying to find an easy way to prepare my hair straight from shower to show, because I don't like to always be, fussing with it. I know. I can hear you saying to me, everybody, well, why don't you just get a keratin foil on, or whatever it's called, a keratin thing, which will smooth out the frizziness. Maybe that is something I will do, but I'm still experimenting. So tonight is big hair night. I'm wearing a nice peach kind of orangey kind of top, and my hair is so big and so wild because I threw one roller in and went crazy. So you can watch me there on Spirit Medium TV. There's also something I'm calling the Free for Me. If you use the radio show key in the event code field when you book your private session, you will get a third more time free. All you need to do is go to booklaura.com. That's booklaura.com. And when you're making your payment, you will see an event code field. And if you place in their radio show, you get a third more time free. So if you bought 30 minutes, you get a third of that, which is 10 minutes. Add it to your 30 minutes. And you get 40 minutes for the price of 30. Sounds like a good deal to me. Actually, it's 25% off kind of thing. You can also get a free numerology report by simply joining the mailing list on the right sidebar of Spirit Medium. Well, on the sidebar, it can move around depending on where you're looking at this website. It's one of those flexible kind of websites. So a free numerology report for joining our mailing list, as well as keeping in touch with me, because I am always creating new articles and I'm keeping you up to date on the radio show. And I have other kind of interesting announcements. Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. One announcement is there's a new article written about me and on spiritmediumtv.com. You can find it in the right sidebar. If you're there now today, it says shameless self-promotion about Spirit Medium Laura on Voyage MIA. That's VOYAGEMIA.com. But the link is in that article. If you're listening to this at a future point in time, simply go to spiritmediumtv.com, and at the top of the page is a magnifying glass. If you place in there, if you place in there Voyage, VOYAGE, MIA, you will come to that article right away. So speaking of articles and focus subjects, tonight's focus subject is let go of the past, finally. And I just reviewed the article before the show. And I kind of got sick, I think, because of a blast from the past, a human being that was like a nasty blast, if you will. I try to be positive about everything, but in this particular case, this particular individual's effect on me was toxic. Doesn't mean he's toxic. It simply means us together were toxic. And I'm sure we've all had, you, me, everybody has had toxic experiences while on earth, unless, of course, you're at the Buddha level or the Christ level or whatever you want to call it. We've gone through iterations of clearing. So in my particular case, after me and my toxic friend had a breakup in 2010, I started to get sick over and over and over again. And they weren't just short little things. They were like, last for a full month to 6 weeks of constant hacking and coughing and fever and phlegm and debilitation. I had an upper respiratory infection, and it would go on maybe 4 times a year. 4 times a year, 4 weeks at a time. And this went on for about 3 years. I was up to here with illness. And I was doing this business. You might, if you ever listen to any of my old shows, you might notice by the time the show was coming to an end, towards the end of the show, it'd be like all stuffed up and all congested and coughing. But I pushed through. And so when I came back again last week, started on last Monday night show, I did a little research on that. And I found that in Chinese medicine, and there's probably other forms of medicine or traditions of medicine that might say the same thing, that our respiratory system has a lot to do with love, matters of the heart. It's our heart chakra, it's in here, and also letting go of the past. So I wrote an article, and if you want to find the article, you just look for Let Go of the Past, finally. You can search for it by going to spiritmediumtv.com. If it's not on the sidebar, because that can only show 5 articles at a time that are most recent. So if you're listening to this at a future date and time, you go to spiritmediumtv.com, you click on the magnifying glass, and you put in there, let go of the past, finally, and you will find the following article, which goes into the story I just told you, but then goes into some channeling and offers a healing meditation from the ones. And we're going to do that now, because I think it's something that is very useful to everybody. And so the channeling says that if your lungs are malfunctioning, if you're having problems with maybe recurring respiratory infection, or even all respiratory infection, a lot of times we say if we have a cold, we've gotten a cold, it would mean that we're feeling down, maybe a little depressed, maybe we need love. So back to the lungs, it is because you've not let go of the past efficiently or effectively. And they have a special release meditation on how to release the past. And so the instructions are as follows. And if you're listening along, do the best you can with it, just to test it out, take it for a test ride, if you will. Look at yourself in the mirror. And I went back and asked, you sure you have to be in front of the mirror? They said the mirror is helpful because it places you in a self-reflective state of which this meditation addresses. So look at yourself in the mirror and begin deep cleansing breaths, deeply accessing the solar plexus, that's the stomach area, during the breath, bringing the clearing light in of the air to heal. See your lungs filling with light as you inhale. See the light collecting anything in your lungs that does not belong there any longer. Release the toxins on the exhale. Do this several times a day, in the morning in particular, when you first wake up. You can do this on a regular cleansing breath basis to keep the lungs free of emotional toxins and filled with light. Any of those who are holding on to the emotions from the past will find this exercise helpful and hopeful, for over time, you will begin to see a new life beginning. You will release the past and open to the future. So it's a nice, well, everything, by the way, I don't know if, oh my goodness, the queue got so full. Everything in spiritual terms, including healing, is all setting intention, and it can be done symbolically, setting intention. So this particular meditation is, I'm setting intention through my breath to release the past, to collect the toxins and release them. And everything in healing, I've studied a lot of different healing modalities. They all come out to be the same thing. Psychic work is the same thing, that we go into an altered brainwave state, and then we set intention. This is when we're manifesting or doing healing work. When we're doing psychic work, which is perception, we go into an altered brainwave state, and then we receive. So we're either going to set intention, or we're going to receive or pull in information in a theta brainwave or a high alpha to theta brainwave state, which takes some skill to learn how to do. So before the show, I went and I only had 2 people here. So I cleared those lines, but now I have a lot more. So we'll just take in as best I can, seeing who called in first in, first out kind of thing. So now we're going to do a group message, and then I will come to the phone lines. So everyone listening, please sit back and uncross your arms and legs. And start to breathe from your abdomen, pulling in air deeply into your lungs, breathing in. And on exhale, releasing in any and all tension or everything that you might be holding on to today. And on inhale, breathing in, starting to focus on what you want today in your session with me. If you're wanting an other side connection, then call in your loved one or loved ones from the spirit realm. Keeping in mind that spirit will bring in the higher vibration, or the one that needs to speak the most, or who can speak the best. So that might not be exactly who you want, but just be open. And if you're wanting something else, a healing, or you have a question, or whatever it is, focus on that now. As you do that, I am going to go off and invoke the Master Prayer, and then I will come back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, please release your energy into the space around you, and I will create a psychic field. One moment, please. Okay, wonderful. Give me a moment to make a connection for a group message. We are here. We are the ones. We have come to speak with all of you about your own situation, matters of the heart and love. Each of you has failed in some way to receive all the love that is available to you. There is no one on earth who has been completely filled with love. For in the astral plane or realm in which you reside, it is difficult to feel love completely. The experience is chosen as a soul by yourself to know what it is like to not feel love, for the purpose of reattaching and reconnecting to the feeling of love. Each time that you make that reconnection, when you feel love again, feel loving, feel loved, give love, each time that you have that connection, you will know love better than before. And so the earth realm has its purpose, this being the major purpose of the earth realm, to feel and know love on a continuing basis. If you are having trouble in the area in matters of the heart, in feeling lovable, in feeling loved, and in your ability to receive and or attract love, it is because you have not healed your solar plexus area completely. We say solar plexus instead of heart chakra, for all areas that prevent love start in the solar plexus, then move into the heart. The heart is the opening, but the solar plexus is the beginning. So if you are trying to clear yourself in the area of love, always start with deep breathing from the solar plexus. This activates automatically the issues for which you do not feel deserving. And then you can move into the heart chakra. This is why the exercise that was given to you in the article started from solar plexus breathing, which is an automatic activation of any principles that need healing in your self-esteem and your feeling of deserving love. Namaste. I never know where they're going to go with this, guys. Okay, now Sandy was the first caller, so Sandy will be the first one I speak with. Howdy do. Hi, Sandy. How you doing, honey? Just okay. Okay, well, go ahead. Oh, okay. Go ahead, honey, and give me your question, please. Don't give me background, just the question. Okay, I'm going to ask you, Sandy, Sandy, honey, don't give me too much background because you may influence me, and I don't want to be in the middle of the answer because I'm actually going to go to them. Okay, so just give me the question. If I need more info, I'll pump you for it. Okay, sweetie? Okay, what do you do about what, honey? You need the question. What do you do about your brother interfering?
What do I do about my brother doing things?
All right, okay. And please give me your brother's initials. RK. All right, well, thank you, sweetie. Appreciate it. Hold on for a second while I make a connection for you. I don't think that you can control him. That's the issue. So how do we handle this? He will continue to do things his own way for the duration of his opportunity to do so. There is a way for you to control some of his opportunities to do so, i.e. to get close to your father and or take control and take over things. There's various elements that you have left available or he has access to. And I'm being told that there's a way for you to kind of sort of sever those areas. Now, from what I'm saying, honey, does that make sense to you? I didn't give you enough info, I guess. Maybe, okay. So let me see if I can go a little more detail about what the areas would be. Okay, hold on. He has access to your father whenever he wants, by phone, by letter, by communication. It can come in contact with him whenever he wants. There are reasons to limit the contact with your father. One of which in particular is your father's health is very delicate at the moment, and your father does need rest. Now, I know you've asked for a reprieve from constant interruptions before with your brother, and he's not listened to you about this. However, I believe that you possibly can get some kind of a note or a letter or some kind of directive from the doctors, which would say your father has to have limited and only limited contact. This is where I'm getting the information. I'm getting the idea that if it's medically suggested or stated, that it would be more formally followed. It would be followed by your brother more. So if you can go to your doctor and see if you can get something like that, so your father can't be interrupted constantly. And also, I also feel a sense around your father as if he's irritated a lot by your brother. Would that make sense to you, please? Oh, he won't speak up. But I'm just letting you know, I feel your father gets very irritated. I'm letting you know. It's not good for his health whatsoever. And I believe that, does your father have high blood pressure?
Actually, just the opposite.
Very low?
Really low blood pressure.
Interesting. Well, somehow that interference from your brother affects his blood pressure, which is not good. So maybe it's making it lower, but it's affecting his blood pressure. You might notice that your father gets a bit more woozy, in and out kind of a thing when your brother's around. Have you noticed that, please?
We have the same age as my brother,
Oh. So are you living, so you're not living with your father?
No,
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now I do need you to give me more information. What are the areas that you want to limit your brother's contact to your father about? What kind of influences is he doing that is you find troubling, honey? I do need to know that so I can get it.
we have the same age. It's just like, on the government.
Yeah. Okay.
And my brother is constantly,
Oh. Yes. Mhm. Right. Okay, but so it's just all areas then? He's pushing the envelope in all areas. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sandy. Sandy, honey, go ahead. Go ahead, honey.
I mean, he doesn't respect anything.
There's,
And I know it's not respect me.
okay, so it's a matter of respect, getting one up on you, honoring your position to father. I'm surprised if you are you, what did you call yourself? You had a title for control over this? Guardian. Okay, thank you. I'm surprised that the nursing home does not have any facility in place to control that, because only the guardian should be allowed to affect come in and change things around or whatever, if they're significant things, like maybe when he gets fed and things like that. Have you had any conversations with the nursing home?
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Well, the answer then to your basic question is you need to have the health facility, the assisted living facility, carry out your orders better than they are. Now, I can ask Spirit if your brother, what the truth is there, because your brother said they're lying, right?
my brother said that they gave him permission.
That they gave him permission. Let me just see if they did. That's more of a psychic thing. Brother is, did they give him permission? Yes or no? No. I get a no on that. They did not give him permission. They do not allow him to walk in the room when he wants or do what he wants. It's not their desire to do that. However, he does manage to find ways around things. So basically, he's very secretive, sort of like manipulative and plotting to get things done his own way. I think I'd like to ask the question, honey, if you'll let me, if this is dangerous for your father, and if so, then I'll try to bring this to conclusion to give you something helpful so that I can go on to the next caller and you can get something from this. Is this hard? Go ahead. So you're saying that your brother puts him on the bike? Right.
Yes.
Okay, so that's one of the things could be dangerous to your father. And I forgot what I asked. I forgot what I was going to ask. So some of it is dangerous. The answer is yes. Okay, that's what I asked you. All right. So I forgot where I was going to go with all of this. Sorry. So the answer is yes, it is dangerous to your father. It could be dangerous to your father. So now let me just see if there's anything that can be. So the only thing you can do, sweetheart, is do what you were going to do, which is talk to the management in the home. I don't know of anything else. Nothing else can come in here other than that you have chosen a nursing facility or assisted living facility. That's, by the way, pretty darn good at what they do. They don't want him to be doing this. So I believe between you and the management there, you will be able to come up with some mechanism or some way to better seal your father from these uninvited trips by your brother that seem to be done behind their back. So the issue is between you and the assisted living facility to implement your plans and your directives. And that is where I'm going to leave this. Okay, sweetie?
Okay. But yeah, like I can allow him to be here.
But that's true, sweetie. But the nursing facility or the assisted living needs to do a better job of their role, which is making sure that things that he's setting up are okay with you. You're the guardian. He's not the guardian.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's I would come up with a plan with them. That's what I'm recommending. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sweetie. Okay, going to Donna. Donna, hi there. Thank you for waiting.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, honey.
Hi, thank you. And taking my call. I want to ask you, is there any
Okay, sorry for all the coughing. Okay, give me. No, not really. But I was fine all day. Didn't cough a bit. Okay, give me the initials of the person in question.
You want me to get it with a legal name? I will.
And the last name or first letter of the last name? Okay, is that an E or is that an I for Ergen? That's all I want, honey. No, nothing more, just the initials. And everybody else, I only want initials of people because I want to protect people's identity. And plus, go ahead, honey. What were you going to say? Okay, so you want me to see, and he's a blast from the past, and you want me to see what I get when I pick up his vibration. And we can be a little more specific. I'm just going to go general right now, and then we can drill down. Even though you gave me a lot of things you were looking for, I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. Bear with me for a moment. BH for Donna. He does care. Okay, my first question to Spirit was, does he care about you? And the answer is yes. Okay, I know you didn't ask that, but that I wanted to start that way. So he does care about you. He wants to get your attention in some form or fashion. He's really not comfortable in his own skin. He's upset about himself. He tends not to, I see a person who's not fully grounded in himself. and
Yeah.
doesn't take himself seriously, or seems to undercut his judgment. He's not really clear on who he is, where he's going, or what he wants in life. He also clings to you for identity issues. In other words, you're like his anchor in life, if you will. It's subversive to you and your intelligence and where you want to go in life. You don't need to have a damper on your energy or what you really want. Of course, we all want love, but you don't want it like this, where it's hurting you or hampering you or holding you back from who you really are.
Right.
Okay, so you understand all that. All right. So now what to do about this? Let me just see what we can come up with. EH. Well, will he come back? Is that a good question to ask?
Yes, I guess so. He's the one that so first he's, I'm not doing anything, but first he's going to, the country he's from, then this, then he's on that, he's decided himself, and I let him come to me and it's normal.
Yeah, well, what I'm picking up, sweetheart, is got a lot of growing to do. This person has a lot of growing to do, and that's not going to happen overnight. There's significant problems there within him and his own character, what he thinks about himself. He's very unsure of himself. So somebody that's that unsure, and I know it breaks your heart because you're a loving person, and you would like to be able to heal him or reach out to him or lift him up. But I'm getting a kind of, I want to go to that. Can he heal, and will he ever be a good partner for you? Now, I know we have to take this with a grain of salt because anybody can heal, really. But let me see what I get. He finally will grow up, but you have to resist him. You have to move on. You have to tell him what he needs to do to make himself whole before you could even consider being with him. You have to give him direction.
He doesn't. It's me, like, keep pursuing him, like, that's stopping, stopping. And on his end, he's the one that doesn't want nothing to do
with you at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Well, the bottom line is he's not good for you in his current state. If he does come back or wants to come back, maybe if you say to him, I don't want you. In other words, what we have here is a push-pull. I want you, I want you, I don't want you, I don't want, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because you have probably mirroring issues, if you will. What you have to do is think to yourself, what would make him the perfect mate for you or a better mate for you? And that's the thing you need to tell him, because the bottom line here is, if you could get your act together, put the boundaries in place to take care of yourself, and say to him, look, I deserve to have a partner in my life that is a whole individual, not a person who's half-masked and half who he is, accomplished individual. This is what I'm looking for, and these are the things that would mean that to me. If you can do that, maybe we can revisit this. But at this time, the way you are, you're just pulling us both down. So you got to get a handle on yourself, as you already mentioned. But bottom line, I see that as the thing to say. Put a boundary, give a goal, and cut the ties.
That's if he does come back my way, correct?
Right. I think that he will, because I think the both of you have a dynamic energy together of push-pull. Okay. So as soon as you say to him, I don't want you, then he's going to want you. See, it goes back and forth like that. So the thing is, you really don't want him. Okay. You just want to be wanted, and you want love. You need to feel, you need to see that, because your issues are not as deep-rooted as his. Yours are not as deep as his. His is a basic character problem with his self-esteem, goes very deep. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you, sweetheart.
Yes, and I don't know, I'm guessing another question.
Can we visit that a different show, because I have a lot of people waiting.
Yes, no problem.
All right, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to 760. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, everyone. This is Gigi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Gigi?
All right, all right.
Wonderful.
I wanted to check in with you and see if there's been a study about situation.
Moving. Okay. I'm going to go now. What I do now is for you and everybody else, I get really quiet and I focus to the guides and then they give me the answer. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment. Gigi, I'm going to silently ask a question. Yeah, you're going to be moving. You have everything in place. Money is good. Situation is good. The time is right. Don't hesitate. You will start something new after that. It will be more to your liking. It is quite common to second guess or to look behind your shoulder and think, am I doing the right thing? But you are. And I get the message that you will be moving, that everything will fall into place, that will allow you to let go of the past and move towards a new future. And I feel as I say those words, that there seems to be a relationship involved that maybe is calling to you again where you are. Maybe it's appearing to be that there's potential there. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. But I'm getting the message is that you will ultimately move and that it will not harm, you will not lose the past due to the move. Okay, you will not lose the past due to the move. It can be revisited in the future, but it's not enough of a revisit of the past to hold you back. It shouldn't hold you. It should not be used to hold you back. Do you see what I'm saying here?
Are you talking about a relationship?
It feels like something emotional might have come up recently that makes you feel to stay where you are. That's what I'm feeling. Does that make sense to you, honey?
Yes, I feel emotionally connected to this place. Yes.
Okay. And so what they're saying is never feel like you're losing anything. You can always go back in the future, but you should move forward now. This is the time.
And do you feel that I'm going to find something that I only have a couple of weeks left that's my purpose actually connected with the right place, the right time, and everything?
Well, I got a message that you had everything in place. Like that came out earlier, but you don't have your moving figured out, and you're supposed to move by the end of the month. Is that what you're saying? Get a little more specific, honey. You don't have the money. You don't have the place. What do you want me to look at? Okay, location. Okay, so you're Gigi at 760. She wants to know where she should move or how she's going to find. I think you know where, but you just don't know how. Is that correct, honey? I don't assume anything. Gigi?
Yeah, well, there's
Oh, that's good. Okay, so you give me a little framework. All right. So should she stay in the vicinity? Go ahead, honey. What were you trying to say? All right. That's all right, sweetheart. So I heard three things: stay in the vicinity of where you are, stay in the city of where you are, or moving north something or other 2 hours away. Those three things, right? Okay, good. So I'm going to make it into three choices, 1, 2, 3, in the order in which I just stated them. And let's see what Spirit says. What is the best choice for Gigi at this time? Well, I'm getting that 3 would be the best choice, but it feels more expensive for some reason. So if the money wouldn't be there for that. 3 meaning out of that area 2 hours north. You wouldn't have the money for that right away, but that is the best ultimate goal, and you should set that as a goal. And for now, be comfortable or be happy with just leaving the place you're in and finding a place to. I get more in the city, not so much the vicinity, in the city of where you are. The reason is, hold on. There's something about where you are right now that's toxic for you. You shouldn't stay there. Okay, so let that go now. All right, so that's the first step. And then you'll get more money eventually. And you'll be able to move where you really want to go, which is the third location, which is north of where you are. But for now, you do. What?
Yeah, how do you think connecting with the place that I kind of suggested for you?
The second one, you mean, in the city of where you are?
Yeah, where I am now. I can't use the so I have to stay in
Well, you need to, okay, let me just say this to you. Before I can go forward, I need to make sure that I'm on your energy correctly. I'm getting a feeling like staying where you are is toxic for you emotionally. All right, so we need to make a compromise here. So how does she find where she's going to be? You must be going through a terrible time, Gigi. Wow, this is rough. You're being very brave. I want to tell you that. Everybody's being, but you are being very brave. You're not complaining a lot. It takes a lot of guts to do what you're doing. It's very hard on you. Plus, you don't have a clue how you're going to do it. And I'm trying to see something for you. Hold on. The first thing I hear is ask a friend for help. In other words, I hear that there's a man that you know is a little bit older than you that can help you, give you some ideas, who knows the area and might suggest another friend's abode or house or temporary place where you can stay until the rest falls into place. So if you've, I don't think you've really, what do you call it, gone through all of your resources yet in terms of friends and all. And sometimes we underestimate the power of asking people we know for leads. And what I'm getting is a man that you know is a little older than you that would have another person that has a place you can stay. I hear a house that you could stay, and it might be just a part of the house. It might be a share or something like that until you can get further along on your plan, like a temporary thing, a stepping stone, if you will. And that you would like it very much there. There's a lot of greenery around this location. There's a lot of nature there, which is very good for you and your health and your mental health. I also feel that there's sea air around there, or something like maybe a body of water. But I hear sea air, or I feel sea air, so it's also very good for you from the ocean. So you need to sniff around with your contacts, and you will be led. Okay, sweet. Yeah, you're welcome, honey. Be brave, honey. Bye-bye, love. Okay, moving on to 203 area code. Hello, 203 area code. Hi, and please give me your name so you're more than a number to me. Well, okay, now what is that? That's a beautiful name, but I don't think I got it correctly. Okay, so it's with an S, Victoria. Wait a minute, honey. Is it with a V to begin? You said it's not with a V. It's what? What is in place of the V? Oh, so it's Vittoria, Vitto. Okay, that's a beautiful name. All right, Vittoria.
Thank you.
Vittoria, come talk to me.
Italian,
It is Italian, okay, and there is a mother figure in the spirit realm for you, by the way. Who wants to talk to you with an Italian accent? Do you have okay, are you looking for another side connection? Because I kind of feel one for you. What do you want today, honey, Victoria?
Well, I was trying to ask a question about my local.
Okay, sure, go ahead. Fire on.
I want to ask what you see in
Ooh. All right. I'm getting a not a good thing, but let me just double check. I don't think he's good for you. No. Not getting a good feeling about this person. So I suggest you get very careful with him and be a little bit more suspicious, because I'm hearing the words that, I hate to say this to you, Victoria, because you seem like such a lovely woman. Feels like he's using you, something of his for himself in some way. And I'm going to give you a little more detail, and then we'll discuss it. He likes you. Yes, he likes you. He does like you. He does want to get close to you. That's not the issue. The issue is he doesn't really know how to really move forward in a relationship. It's almost like commitments are difficult for this person. And he also doesn't really see you for who you are, which is a beautiful artist. Okay. You're a beautiful artist soul. You have the soul of an artist. He doesn't understand that. He's materially inclined, and he thinks about himself a lot before others. So these are the areas I want you to be suspicious about and careful about, because mediums can be wrong, of course, and I wouldn't want to tell you something. You don't take my advice, just, Pat, you have to explore it yourself. But I'm not getting a really great feeling about this guy, honey. Okay, and you're also very attractive, so he's very attracted to you. So you need to be careful, because quite often, if people are good, look attractive like you do, and he likes you, of course he's going to like you. Why wouldn't he like you? But I feel that he's kind of like out himself most of the time. So I want you to double check that. Okay. Now, are you an artist? Because I feel that you have the soul and heart of an artist. What do you do for a living, honey?
I'm a school psychologist.
Okay, so there's some art in there. Now, you're a school psychologist. You're gifted in the area of knowing people and seeing them for who they are. Do you have any suspicions about him?
Well, I know a little bit about his background. He got a really bad relationship. He got divorced, and he went through a lot in marriage, and he was terrified to get into a relationship. So I get scared for that. So he definitely has to be some healing work for sure. Talk about things like marriage and moving in and children, and he conveys how he should see the future with me, but he is scared a lot of the time to see kind of just be by himself for now, but kind of control himself and with divorce and getting through the relationship. So I'm just now honoring that,
Okay. So yeah, makes sense. Okay, makes sense. Now I'm telling you something that you wouldn't know. That's what my job is. There's more to this than you realize, and that's all I want to say. Okay. So in other words, you could see all that in a sympathetic way for him, but what I'm saying is there's more to this. He has a problem underpinning him about commitments. He's also very superficial, and he looks at people like pawns. There's a lot more behind him. Right now, you see the good stuff, and I don't blame you when you're hearing good stuff from him. And he's an attractive person. I can see all that. I'm giving you some additional information that you put in your backpack, put it in your pocketbook, if you will, and use it if you need it, the information I'm giving you, because what I'm getting is even more than what you realize. Okay, my dear? All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless. Bye-bye, honey. Oops. Ooh, she hung up fast, and I almost knocked this person off the board. Okay, 312. Do you have a name, please?
How are you?
I'm good. And who are you?
I'm Shannon.
Hey, Shannon. Thank you for calling into the show. Yeah, Shannon, thank you so much for calling into the show. Yeah, so do you have a question today? What can we do for you?
I do. I was just, well, me and my husband are not pregnant in the next couple of months before. Do you see that? Or?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's see, Shannon, honey. Shannon, pregnant, yes or no? Oh, okay. Let me just get a real good connection to your energy, honey. Yes, you will. Looks like you have the ability to get pregnant. Yes. And I feel it's very favorable in your direction. Would you let me see something here? Hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to get more information for you. I'm asking Spirit if I'm not asking you, I'm asking Spirit, is there a reason why she's asking this question? In other words, you might know that you're having difficulty getting pregnant, Shannon, but I don't know that. So I want Spirit to answer, not you. Hold on. No. So I hear that you're not having difficulty getting pregnant. You're just asking. Is that correct?
I'm not.
Okay. So
No, it's not me, it's my husband. I don't know if he's gonna be on board to help me through the baby.
okay.
So I don't know if it's gonna be with my husband, or with his granddaughter, or with my husband or the baby. I know I'm still really cool.
Yeah, you're very fertile. Yeah, well, okay. So,
I feel like my husband is having issues from childhood coming up now, and that's where I'm like,
okay. All righty.
I'm trying to look at this weird spot.
All right. So I'm glad we asked all these questions back and forth because sometimes we have to get to the root of the question, which is my husband capable of impregnating me within the next 3 months? 1 second, please. Well, let me just go to 3 months and then we can go to 6 months if you want. Will he? Well, not the capable. Okay, will he impregnate me is the right question. Hold on. Yes, he will. So I get a yes again, and I feel everything is going to be rectified. So you don't need to worry. And right, what I'm saying, what I'm getting is whatever you've been doing in your pillow talk with him or your work with him on this subject has been working. You've been very constructive. The two of you know what you really want in life. He does know what he wants. He's told you the right things. He's told you correct things, and that this will be worked out over time. And I also hear prayer is very helpful to the both of you. So continue your prayer together, okay? Absolutely, love. God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye. Sure, honey. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to 614. Hello there, 614. And what is your name?
My name is Shilson.
I couldn't hear the name. What is it, darling? Shilson? Did I get that right? Shilson. Did I get your name right, honey? Shilson?
Not Shil, but Phil.
Filson.
Phil.
Oh, wonderful. Filson. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in, Filson. And what question do you have for Spirit today?
I have, I think, prayer.
Is that a question?
Yeah, usually, I work
Okay, sweetie. So you're trying to find out if the place you're in now is the right place for you. Okay, Filson 614. Let's see what we get for you, love. Filson. And don't be shy, honey. Nobody's going to bite you. Although I may seem rather loud. I'm tickling you right under your arms right now, okay? So just laugh. There you go. No, it's not the right place for you. You will find another work soon. I feel that you have applied to some other places and you will get some other employment soon. Supervisor is not on your side. I do feel there's some subversive activity behind your back there to kind of push you out. So it's better that you get out before they push you out. There's an angry coworker who does not like you very much and has done something to you that was humiliating. I don't know why that person doesn't like you, but I feel anger towards you. I feel humiliation to you at the workplace, and I feel it's definitely not the right place for you because you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to be treated like that. You've really done nothing to really earn that sort of beration, nastiness towards you, hurting vibes and nastiness, toxicity, nastiness. You will find another job. God is working with you, and you will find another job. So the bottom line is, don't be fearful. Okay, don't be fearful. You don't have to suffer. And I would also say you got to get a good helping dose of I count too, and how dare people mistreat me like this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because you're very mild and meek. I mean, that's obvious by the way you called into the show. But you remind me of myself when I was a kid. I was very sensitive. You're very sensitive. And once when I was in fourth grade, was it? Yeah, fourth grade, the kids would beat me up at lunch. And I thought I brought it on myself. No, they just were mean. They didn't like the fact that I wasn't reading the more advanced romance novels they were reading. I was reading, I'm almost afraid to say it, I was reading fairy tales when I was 9 years old. Duh, I guess I liked things to do with the supernatural. So, people are always people who are not well grounded in themselves are looking for weaker people to peck at, to peck at and hurt. And that's what's happening where you are now. So you don't deserve that. And I feel you're going to find another place that's more respectful to you and more respectful to your health. I also hear something to do with health issues. So don't be frightened. Go out, find something else. I think you've already been looking around, and this will be rewarded for you. Okay? You're welcome, honey. God bless. Okay. And so I'm now going to go to 954. Hello, hello, hello. And who am I speaking with? Yes, you. Hey, Fran. Hi, Fran. How you doing? I'm doing great, sweetheart. What can Spirit do for you? Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Now, did you get to go out at all? Because you're just getting better now. Did you get out at all? No, you didn't. Did you get out? I just heard you didn't get out a lot. You weren't able to yet really get out. Okay. So Spirit said you hadn't really. Yeah. So Spirit said you hadn't had a chance to get out yet. So you're confirming that. That's good. So part of the answer is to get out more. And now let me project from there. 1 second, please. Fran in Atlanta. Hold on, everybody. Yeah, you just need to get out in the sunshine, be happy, go out. I see you with a book and I see you in a park. I know it's hot right now to be in a park anywhere during the day. Maybe a little earlier or later, but get out. There's something to do with books that you like. I'm always seeing you with books and something to do with history and something to do with art. And that's what you're good at. That's what you like. And I want you to do anything that has to do with culture, as I've said a few times, and art history, books, learning. And this is the road to meet this new person. Anything to do with interacting on that subject. Okay? And I'm going to give you some more information. Yeah, well, I just saw you in a park holding a book, but it's not going to, it may happen in the park, but the book is the thing. It's the bookishness of you. The fact that you're intelligent and you erudite and you like learning, you like culture, you like all that around history and art history and all kinds of things. And they just said, do you like French history at all? Do you like French history? Do you like anything to do with French history? All right. Well, they're telling me Napoleon Bonaparte is your favorite. So I have no idea why I've been told that. Maybe it should be your favorite. So anything to do with France and learning about French things could be another clue. And I also see September will be a turning point. So that's your direction. Go in that direction. You will be meeting this person in the fall, and that you will like him very much. Of course, we always have to do things also. You know, I didn't say you were going to meet him at the garbage dump. I said you were going to meet him at cultural events. Okay. So that's what your assignment is. Yeah. Oh yeah, who knows? But I'm just saying that I don't see that happening. If it was on the menu, I'd tell you. Just all you need to do is throw out the garbage as often as possible. But I'm telling you, what you need to do is you need to go do some cultural things, and you're going to find that through that you're going to be meeting somebody. Okay, my dear?
Am I going to Spain, Mama?
No, not right now. No,
Am I going to Spain?
I get not right
Not
now.
next month?
I don't know. Did you book your trip?
Well, she's looking into it.
I hear something about December is going to be a more important month for you when it comes to Spain. I have no idea why, because who would want to go to Spain in the winter? But I hear something. Maybe you'll book the trip in the winter and then you'll go in the spring or something of next year. But I'm getting not right now. You don't need to ask a psychic if you already know you're going. So I'll just leave that to you.
Well, I don't know whether she can find a good deal.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a no. Yeah, I'm getting it's too expensive right now, especially on this. Yeah, no, it's too expensive. And you're going to probably plan it out. Probably in December, you'll make the trip. You'll plan the trip. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, love. God bless. Bye-bye, honey. Bye. Okay, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. I appreciate that. And I look forward to working with you next Monday on the 23rd. Namaste.